Hey, hello everybody. It's me, Dead Bedspread. Streaming on Dead Bed Instead. My profile stream border still is not complete because it's a whole thing. I'm like rebranding all that stuff. But streams are just nice and chill. We don't need any extravaganza background zanzas. So I started doing some research recently. And I think I got halfway through it. I think it was like 1 AM when I stopped. And I was just like, I need to take a break. But now realizing that I haven't finished it, I was like, I might as well finish this off with a stream. So, what are we looking at today? Today is egg groups. And for anybody who doesn't know what an egg group is, hasn't watched my crossbreed videos, which you should go watch because they're great. It is basically, you know how Pokemon have types? Well, they also have 1 or 2 egg groups, which basically determines which Pokemon they can and can't breed with. So this is the reason why Skitty and Wailord can breed at the daycare, because they both have the field egg group. So if Pokemon shares an egg group, they can both breed. What I'm doing today is looking through all of the egg groups, which we won't see in this page here. I'll actually have to manually click into them, and seeing what Pokemon don't necessarily fit the egg groups that they're in. So we'll give kind of a rundown quickly so that everybody knows, because obviously there's 3. There's Water 1, Water 2, and Water 3, and they're in a very weird order. I don't know why Water 2 is last and Water 3 is in the middle, and also why they're not all next to each other. It's very weird. Hello Pix, and hello Chill Bill, and hello Percelian. So these are the 15 egg groups. So the first is Monster, and Pokemon in this group are Saurian / Kaiju-like in appearance and nature. So imagine you're like your Rhydon or Nidoking, probably Duraludon, maybe Tyranitar would be in this. Stuff like that. So basically dinosaur or Kaiju. Water 1. These Pokemon are amphibious, so can live in and out of the water. So think like turtles, frogs, birds. Some birds are in this. Like Swanna, I think, is in that. And Wingull is in that too. Bug. The Pokemon in this group are insectoid / bug-like. It's pretty self-explanatory. If they look like a bug, they are probably in the bug group. Some bug group Pokemon are not actually bug type. I know the Trapinch is in the bug group, but isn't a bug type. Water 1 should just be amphibian or something. Yeah, it is. I don't know why the water groups are just called Water 1, 2, and 3. Flying. If they're avian / bird-like. I think I chalked it down to also just having wings, because some of them in flying are very weird. But I'll go through all of them. I have notes on a few of them already, but we can kind of take a look and you can let me know what you think. Salutations, Senor Slain Sack. I don't know how that one makes sense. I guess I gotta hit the sack. I guess. But hello, Luke X-Ray Jaw stuff. Field. Pokemon here are terrestrial in nature. So basically, if they're like a land mammal, they're in field. I think if it's just they're a mammal. But it's not even mammal. It's just if they live on the ground, you know. But it's mostly mammals, because then you have, like, all of the Saurian Pokemon also live on the ground. So field is, like, mostly mammals. There's some in there that are confusing to me, which we'll take a look at. Is this another crossbreeds video? It's not. But I am working on the 3rd crossbreeds video, and it is going to blow your fucking minds. Fairy. The Pokemon in this group are petite and considered very cute. So, Fairy is one of the loose ones, I feel like. Because also we have Dragon, where Pokemon in this group are draconic in appearance. Draconic, Saurian, Kaiju. Like, I feel like Monster and Dragon could be very... This is kind of like when people are like, oh, there needs to be a beast type or like a primal type. And I'm like, that's just fighting a normal type already, you know? Field is the normal type of egg groups, pretty much. Grass group. It's very explanatory. They are a plant. Human-like group. So Pokemon in this group are fully bipedal. The human-like group is the weird one that we'll get to. So yeah, Water 3 is above Water 2. I don't get it. So Water 3 is Pokemon in this group resemble aquatic invertebrates. So any aquatic creature without a spine is Water 3. So think like your Kabutops, your Amistar, your Anorith, you know, like Lily. I'm doing all these off the top of my head. I'm sure that they're in Water 3. Mineral group, Pokemon in this group are inorganic in nature, so think like Pokemon made of rocks, Pokemon made of ice, Pokemon made of metals. Amorphous group, Pokemon in this group are amorphous, having no definite forms, so like your sludge guys, your ghosts, maybe some liquidy guys. I guess sludge is liquid. Don't Pokemon have some have unique egg groups? Don't some Pokemon have unique egg groups for some? There's only one Pokemon with the unique egg group, and that's Ditto. Water 2 group. Pokemon in this group are piscine fish-like in appearance. So Water 1 is amphibious, Water 3 is invertebrates, and Water 2 is fish. And we will get to Water... The Water ones are the most confusing. Unique egg combos, maybe? There are definitely Pokemon with unique egg groups. Because I went through the whole list of them, like, last year or 2 years ago whenever I was working on that collab with Neck Punch for the first time. It doesn't really mean anything. Ditto is the weird one. So Ditto is the only Pokemon in it, and it can breed with any other Pokemon from any other egg group that isn't No Eggs Discovered, or Ditto. So Dittos can't breed with themselves. And it's also weird that I guess this is the reason why genderless Pokemon have egg groups, just so Ditto can breed with them. Because otherwise it wouldn't be able to. But then those Pokemon can't breed it themselves, and it's all very confusing. Then Dragon, as mentioned, is dragons. How do Egg and Wild? Exactly. So I'm going to scroll back up. I'm going to pop into Monster. We're going to take a look here. So this is kind of Saurian and Kaiju-like. So everything in here, for the most part, is pretty much on brand. Snorlax, you know, you're kind of like... It's not Saurian, but Snorlax could be a Kaiju, you know? I thought Gardevoir already eaten one other than human. Like, you are incorrect. It's only Ditto. Like, all these guys are all dinosaurs / just big monsters. You know, Dinosaur-y, Kaiju, you know, Dinosaur-y, Kaiju. And with these as well, it's the entire evolutionary line will be the same egg group. So, let's say, even though Nidoking is on 2 legs, Nidoking won't be human-like, because these two aren't human-like. Whereas, it won't... It also... I was going to say it won't be field, but it would be field, because these two... Nidoran is just a rabbit. So, because Nidoran is field, so is Nidoking. So, Nidoking's whole line is field and monster. Which leads to some pretty interesting results. Monsters is basically big boys. And then like Slowpoke is also Water 1. Because Slowpoke isn't a hippo, but like a hippo is probably the closest thing to it. In terms of like real animals. Like it can be both in and out of water. So like, yeah. It's Water 1 because it's amphibious. Rhyhorn is a rhino, so it's field. Rhydon is a kaiju, so it's monster. Lapras. Yeah, I think Lapras I had an issue with in the body types video, but I think it's fine here. So everything in here is completely fine. There's one interesting thing, which is right here. So all the other grass starters, that are part of Monster, which are Bulbasaur, Chikorita, we've Trico, and Turtwig. And I don't know if there's any other ones. The other 3 grass starters outside of Trico are all Monster Grass. Whereas Trico has always been Monster Dragon. And I'm like, could that have been a hint at it getting a Dragon type Mega? It's interesting to think about. What about Trico is less grassy than the other guys? Yeah. Nidoran F. Oh, yes, I completely forgot about Nidoran F. This is why I'm streaming this. It's honest. I think Nidoran F is the only one the only Pokemon that loses its egg group as it evolves. It's a big reptile. But, like, Torterra is also a big reptile. And so is Meganium. So, I don't know. Hello, Thickest Burrito. So, Monster is pretty chill. You know, everything in Monster seems to be Monster. Water 1 is where a lot of my issues came into being. So, remember now, Water 1 is amphibious. So, can exist in and out of water. So you shouldn't be finding a lot of fish here. Obviously, Poliwag is a tadpole. It evolves into a frog. Frogs are probably the most famous amphibious creature, so it makes sense. Mantine, Clamperl, Huntail, and Gorobus are amphibious. Am I wrong to think that this is weird? Mantine's a kite, but it has Remoraid in it. Let me see. Is it because Mantine's category is literally a kite? I'm wondering if this is like a remnant from the I wonder if this is a remnant from the beta design, where it was theorized to be like an evolution to Octillery. So because it's water and flying, it's like a jet, so it can like go over the water as well and like shoot. So I'm guessing that's what it is, because current Mantine is just a Manta Ray. I know the category is kite, but like it's just... I've never really gotten that from it, you know? Shellfish can be amphibious. That is a pretty good... But can shellfish... Yeah, like Yeah, they can... They need to go back into the water to actually live, but they can survive outside of it. Yeah, it's the eels that I don't get. So it's like, if they wanted it to be Water 1, it should also be Water 2, which is the fish egg group. Hello, Welsh. It is flying type, but I don't know if Mantine can fly. Yeah, that's my thing. But in the beta sprite, it definitely is more like jet-like. I could see it like flying around. So I think that may be where that came from, because also Gen 2 is when egg groups are all introduced. So what's the beta sprite? It's that one with the big Totoro looking mouth. I've put it in Discord a few times. I've definitely put it in once. Let me... I'll do it again for y'all. Where is he? It's like my favorite thing ever. I gotta put it in Pokemon. Ugh. Even Gyarados can learn fly. I don't think Gyarados can't learn fly. It can learn bounce. If it can learn fly now, it definitely used to not be able to. Dimple, all these guys are frogs. Mareanie and Toxapex then. I'm like, are Mareanie and Toxapex not like starfish? Are these not like the definition of an invertebrate? Gyarados can learn fly. What? Let me get a look at this. Learn set. Not seen it in Gen 9. But I also don't know if the move exists in Gen 9. Oh, fucking... all my windows are exploding. Hang on. No, it can fly, not the move. The action of flying. Magikarp can learn fly. Oh. Yeah, Gyarados can't learn fly. So, Mareanie and Toxapex are starfish, are they not? Or like a variation of starfish, or some fucking... actually, they're Nova starliosis, some weird species. Crown of Thorns starfish, that's the one I was thinking of, yeah. A starfish seems pretty much like a fucking invertebrate to me. So again, I know they can all live on land. But this is the thing, every Pokemon is amphibious. Every water type Pokemon is amphibious. So it's very weird. So it's especially odd when we have a category for invertebrates that Mareanie and Toxapex are only amphibious and not the invertebrate. Same with Pyukumuku. That is the, like, does this guy have a spine? Is this its spine? Pyukumuku and Clodsire crossbreed. Very similar. Spiky thingies. Sorry guys, I'm on a quest to find out can Magikarp actually learn fly. I think it can learn bounce, because I'm only seeing bounce. I'm not seeing anything about it learning fly. Here's the thing, fly and bounce are like the same move. I think bounce just like has a paralysis bonus. Okay, I can confirm that Magikarp can be taught bounce. But nothing for fly. Okay, let's see. Bellybolt is a frog, as much as I don't like to admit it. Okay, so Squirtle, all these guys are amphibious. Ducks, platypus, whatever you want to call these guys, they're amphibious. We've already talked about these guys from Monster, they are amphibious. Seals are amphibious. Seahorses. are a type of fish, are they not? They have fins. And I don't see no goddamn legs in these boys. If anything, they should be Dragon in Water 2. Not Dragon in Water 1. I genuinely can't think of a reason why these guys would be... It's weird, right? So we go down and we have Ammonite, all of these guys. So again, Water 1 on its own would be wrong. But Water 3 is what they actually are. So I don't care if they're like in 2. It's just as long as one of them is right. And Water 3 is what these guys are. They're all invertebrates. Dratini to Dragonite was kind of... Because usually all these guys are water, you know? Or like, here's the thing as well. The regional variants will always be the same as the normal variants from what I can tell. Just banana, what we doing? I am looking at Pokemon egg groups and looking at what does not make any goddamn sense, because there are a few of them that don't do that. We're currently in the Water 1 egg group, which means just amphibious. Crocodiles are amphibious. Rabbits and mice. That's the animal these aren't, but the actual Pokemon are. So, you know, we vibe. Weeper and Quagsire absolutely are. These guys are. Corsola is... I guess it is, but it's Water 3 as well, so we fuck with that. I think Dragonite can still swim, even on paper that doesn't make sense. Hello, RPG. It's been a while. So Remoraid and Octillery was one that I had to look at for a while. So they are... I was like, why is Remoraid Water 1? Remoraid isn't amphibious, but Octillery is. And then it's like, why is Octillery Water 2? It's not a fish, but Remoraid is. So this is like a really fun one where it's one egg group per the two of them. But because they're so different biologically, they have to have 2 to actually make sense. So it makes you wonder if there was a Pokemon that was kind of like 3 very distinct things. What egg groups would it be, you know? Rabbits can actually swim. I don't know if it's swimming per se. It's like being able to survive in both land and water. I wouldn't call a dog amphibious. Delibird, I guess, is here because it's a penguin. Which makes sense. Made your own Octillery, Eva. I think Neck Punch did as well, and they called it Squisile. I was just say I made an Octillery evolution. I didn't. I made a crossbreed Octillery. Kingdra, why is it here? We already talked about it with Horsey. Mudkip, Swampert are amphibious. For sure. These guys are all frog-like. I'll take it. Wingull and Pelipper, seagulls. Pelicans, makes sense. They dive underwater. They can swim. They live by the ocean. Surskit kind of confused me. Because here's the thing. Surskit is also like an invertebrate. Because the bug. So then it's like the bug doesn't need... Well, you don't need to keep muting people if they're not actually causing problems. But bug, Bug and Water 3. Okay, so bug is also invertebrate. But then Water 3 is like aquatic invertebrate. So because Surskit is also amphibious. This goes back to the thing we were talking about, where you know what I'm saying? This one's really confusing because it's like it could be 4 different things, you know? The reason Masquerain isn't flying is probably because Surskit can't fly. And I don't know if there are a lot of bugs. I don't remember if there are a lot of bugs in flying. So it's bug because it's an invertebrate, and it's water 1 because it's amphibious. If it was not an amphibious bug, if it just lived underwater, it'd be water 3. Okay, I think that makes sense. So Corphish is exactly this. It's an invertebrate that lives mostly underwater. Fucking hell, okay, now this is really confusing. Because Corphish can also go underwater and on land. But it's water 1 and water 3, where Surskit is bug. So I'm like, is bug tied to the actual type that they are? Hello, Gipster. Making sense of this is impossible. Okay, so what's the difference between Surskit and Corphish? Then I'm going to say that's bug type. Is this another hybrid thing, or are we doing this for fun? This is research, but not for a crossbreeds video. But Surskit, if Surskit doesn't go under the water, why is it amphibious? Yeah. What a cretin. So water 1 amphibious. Feebas isn't, but I guess Milotic is. You can imagine Milotic like it's like it's like a siren. It would like go up on a rock or something. Water 1 is more shoreline stuff. Yeah, like it's very the water categories are very weird to figure out. Same as Field, Celio, Walrein, they're all seals, walruses. Also field because they're mammals, so it makes sense. Relicanth. What about Relicanth is amphibious? Milotic's a sea serpent. Beautiful sea serpent. Yeah, but it can go on land. Is what I'm saying. So it fits it. That's why it's water 1 and not water 2. Again, the categories are very weird. Relicanth should be... Yeah, see, this is what I was thinking the first time I saw it. I'm like, is it the case that it walks on the seafloor? But even the fact that it walks on the seafloor doesn't make it amphibious. That's not what amphibious means. It definitely can't walk on dry land. So... I don't know. It's very, very weird. Piplup to Empoleon are all penguins. Bidoof and Babaril are beavers. Weasel and Floatzel are otters. I was going to say weasels just because of their names. They all make sense. Is it a reference to land ancestors? Maybe. I could say it's a weird reference to walking fish. Kills Relicanth to prove science. Oh, what's the dumb frog thing? It's like if you just came in, did you find a Pokemon that loses an egg group upon evolution? Nidoran, female does. Which I forgot about. What is there's a weird hypothesis where it's like take a frog, cut off its legs, put it in a boiling pot. Science deducts that the frog can't speak English or something. I can't remember what it is. It's really old. I'll try and find that for you, because otherwise I just sound like I'm speaking nonsense. Shellos and Gastrodon are invertebrates, right? But also amphibious and also amorphous. So, do you know what I mean? Just reminder, water 1 amphibious, water 3 invertebrates, water 2 fish. I fucking hate that they named it this way. It's so stupid. Put a frog in a boiling pot. No, I know that. I know that frog fact. But there's like a joke on science. And it's very niche. It's like, I guess, Shellos and Gastrodon. Could Amorphous also count invertebrate? Because Amorphous also doesn't have spine. Oh, here we go. Okay. Tirtuga and Caracosta are water 1, which is amphibious, and water 3, which is invertebrate. They are water 3, which is invertebrate. Actually, Fiona Manaphy should be amorphous or something. I didn't even think about them. So remember, water 1, amphibious. Water 3, invertebrate. So if we go back up to Blastoise, because I have this written down as well. Blastoise is water 1 on monster. Caracosta and Tirtuga are water 1 and water 3. Why? Tirtuga is an invertebrate. Turtles are not fucking invertebrates. Why are they in water 3? Turtles have spines underneath the things. Egg groups are a headache. Exactly. This is what I have to go through alone, which is why I stream it, because it's hell on earth. Maybe they don't have bones. I mean, does any Pokemon have bones? The shell is their spine. But turtles are vertebrates. And I would say that like water 3 is like a hardness thing, where it's like, oh, if they're like a crusty exterior. But why isn't Blastoise one? Yeah. Was Relicanth the one? Relicanth isn't even what, like what? This is nonsensical. If that's the case, Glalie should be water 1, since it's not amphibious. The Glalie would be mineral, if anything, because ice is a mineral. Actually, I googled that because I didn't think it was, but it technically is. When it melts, it's not. Hello, L. Water 3 is a bunch of fossil Pokemon in it. Yes, but it doesn't mean fossil, it means invertebrate. Most of the fossil Pokemon don't have spines. Tortuga does. So I'm like, why is it here? What are you doing? So Ducklet flies. It's the same thing as Wingull. Why is Alomomola amphibious? What am I missing about Alomomola? Can it walk on dry land on its hands? Is Water 3 shelled creatures? It's invertebrates, basically. If I go back for a second. No, not to you. Water 3 is above Water 2. What the fuck is this? Pokemon in this group resemble aquatic invertebrates. So maybe resemble is like the keyword. So we get into Water 3. The Water 3 egg group is mostly characterized by its members' resemblance to aquatic invertebrates. Most are water types. The group also includes several fossil Pokemon, totaling a little more than half of those which are capable of breeding. And that's pretty much it. So if they... But a turtle isn't an invertebrate, so I don't know why it's in there. It's got a shell for sure, but like... It has a... It's not an invertebrate. It's not... A turtle isn't a crab. Why is Archon... we will get there. We will get to Water 3. Water... Alomomola survives outside of water. But... where? How does it move outside of water? Archon is in Water 3, I do know this. It's insane. It has nothing to do with what that group means. Like, put it in mineral if you want to imply that it's part rock, you know? It's insane. Can anybody give me some Alomomola lore or anything like that to tell me why it's do Alomomola and Stunfisk move the same way? I just would never in like a million years say that Alomomola is amphibious, you know? Diabolical. I would say Alomomola is whatever Luvdisc is. And we'll find out what Luvdisc is. I would bet that Luvdisc is just Water 2. Unless we've passed it already. But I don't think we have, because I definitely would have pointed it out. Unless we have passed it, and I'm going to be really embarrassed. There's no way Luvdisc is up here. Yeah, it's not. This doesn't make sense. Flatfish Friday, gang. On a Tuesday? It is Tuesday, isn't it? Alomomola is named after Sunfish. Yeah, I get that, but it doesn't make it amphibious. Stunfisk is amphibious. You find it on land that can live in water. It's also amorphous because it's a pile of goo, I guess. See, then Stunfisk is weird too, because Stunfisk is like an invertebrate. But it's... See, Stunfisk is like a whoopee cushion landmine pancake fish. Like, it's a lot of things, so I think Amorphous fits it. That's because you asked it on... No, yeah. I meant, like, what is it that it's able to, like, walk on land? Someone's here. Inkay and Malamar don't live in the water. And they are not fucking fish. Like, why are they in water too? If anything, these guys are amorphous. Surely Malamar is amorphous. He's a jelly man. Or water 3, you know? It can't be human-like because Inkay isn't. I get that. But, yeah, it's a thing of, like, squid could live in water. But these squid do not live... From what I know, you can't find Inkay and Malamar by the ocean. Or in the ocean. I know that they're on that cliff. The only place I know where you can definitely get them is that cliff in X and Y. But I don't know if they actually can be found in the water. I used to really like Malamar, but then I realized that Dark and Psychic resists nothing, and I'm like, oh. They're never actually in the water. Exactly, so why are they... Are they amphibious? Or is it a thing that, like, they came to dry land and, like, changed type? Because by that logic, then the Titan also needs to be in here, and I know that the Titan isn't in here because the Titan is only under one fucking egg group. I'm pretty sure they're capable of swimming, much like Graplocked. We will get to Graplocked. Graplocked is coming up, don't worry. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, Graplocked is coming up. Why is Stunfisk electric? Because it's like a... Yeah, it's like a sturgeon or whatever. Is it sturgeon or no? It's like a stingray kind of... Stunfisk is great because it's so many things in like one dude. Scralp and Trigalge shouldn't be here for the same reason that the Horsey shouldn't be. So it should be Water 2 and Dragon. Clauncher and Clawitzer, I guess, can go onto dry land. They're also Water 3, so they're good because they're invertebrates. Poplio, they're all seals, you know. Dewpider and Araquanid are pretty much in the exact same camp as Surskit. So, whatever Surskit... If these guys were different to Surskit, I would have had an aneurysm. But they're the same, so... Sabeldrozile and Inteleon, while are animals that don't live in the water, they are Pokemon that do. So, I guess that makes sense. Chewtle and Dreadnought are same situation as Blastoise, where they are Water 1 and Monster. Makes sense. Makes it even weirder that Tirtuga isn't. I have to pee soon. Cramorant, same situation as it already happened. Did you see it? Okay, we're gonna go down. Cramorant, same situation. Okay, so what's the difference between Water 1, Water 2, and Water 3? Water 1 is amphibious animals. So Pokemon that can survive both above and underwater. So, like, you know, how seagulls, like, dive into the water. They live their whole life around water, blah, blah, blah. Or Pokemon that live in water but come onto dry land, like Dreadnought. Water 2 is fish. If it's like a fish, it's Water 2. And Water 3 is an aquatic invertebrate. So like a jellyfish or like a crab. Something without a spine. Which is why it's very weird that there are Pokemon in Water 3 that do have spines. Next Pokemon's coming up. Get ready for this. Clobbopus and Graplocked are Water 1. Which is already weird. I guess because they're not water type. But they are also fucking human-like. They are human-like. Might I remind you that the human-like category is for bipedal Pokemon. Graplocked doesn't have fucking 2 legs. Let alone legs. Clobbopus doesn't have legs. Absolutely diabolical. But he battles people. Every Pokemon battles people. Why? Pokemon Battle Pokemon? You clearly haven't played Legends Arceus. Every Pokemon in that game wants to kill you. Grapploct looks like a bipedal. Yeah, looking like it could be bipedal and actually being bipedal are two different things. Grapploct should be whatever octillery. Okay, so it's water one, it's amphibious. It should be amorphous or some. It is not human-like. Grapploct is problematic. It's just human-like because it's fighting. It might be the only fighting type in here. Except Poliwrath is also there. And isn't. Poliwrath is fighting and has legs and isn't human-like. And you can say that's because it evolves from Poliwag, but Grapploct evolves from Clobopus. Quackwaval's fucking human-like. You know? What is this? And then you realize that Graploct's mouth is down here, and Grapploct is a viciously ugly Pokemon. Oh. Okay, so Cursula is the same as Corsola. It can walk on land. It's an invertebrate. Blah blah. Blah. I mean, it's an Corsola should be mineral, if anything, because it's literally coral. Or it should be like mineral or grass, maybe. Or maybe that's just too weird because like coral is like neither. So Corsola is water 1 and water 3, I believe. Pikachu gets to be amorphous, but Pyukumuku isn't. Yeah, Pyukumuku isn't. This is only the second egg group we're looking at. Pyukumuku is only water 1, which doesn't make sense at all. I think makes sense, of course, and curse the thing. Yeah, yeah. It's just because like Corsola is rock type, but like Coral isn't a rock. So it's like, why is it even rock type in the first place? But Coral is also living, so it shouldn't be mineral, because it's not a mineral, it's a real thing, and it's not a plant either, so water 1 and water 3 is like the only thing that makes sense. Carl! Pinkerchin, water 1 amorphous makes sense. I mean, like, yeah, so what we kind of settled on earlier is like you can be water 3 or amorphous, I think. Because amorphous also means it's like it's the same with like bug and water 3 and amorphous and water 3. They all kind of, or dragon and monster, they all kind of like interchange a bit, you know? Ice Q is the exact same as Delibird. Water 1 on field, it's penguin. Quaxley, Quackwaval, they're all water 1 on flying because they are ducks. Makes sense. Wattrel and Kilowattrel, well, not water type, are still seabirds, like Wingull and Swanna. So even though swans aren't seabirds, I know how well we were. And then Clodsire is the same as Wooper and Quagsire. So, makes sense. Quaquaval can fly. So the flying egg group doesn't mean that they can fly. It means that they are very bird-like. Or like have avian features, and these guys are birds. Quaquaval Kilowattrel crossbreed. Yeah, it's possible. I don't know what. Quaquaval with an expanding chest. Or an expanding ass. I mean, it already does, because it has the tail feathers. Maybe it can, like, charge up its tail can spin and, like, charge up like a dynamo or something. It's not a bad idea. The most cursed bird. Yes, a water one. That was quite insane. Bug is less insane. I'm gonna go through bug, and then I'm gonna go pee and get water. So bug, most bug type Pokemon fall into this egg group, understandably, making its characteristics similar to that of the bug type itself. Other arthropod Pokemon such as Drapion, Gliscor, and Flygon are also included in this group despite not actually being bug types. Makes sense. In this egg group, moves are not passed down as blah, 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 blah. Don't care about that stuff. And Trapinch used to not be in the Dragon egg group. Anyway. Gliscor indeed, because it is part Scorpion. Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, makes sense. Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill, makes sense. Venonat, Venomoth, makes sense. Scyther is not human-like. And clearly neither is Caesar, because remember, all evolutionary members have the same egg group. Unless you're Nidoran. Gligar. So, like, Gligar isn't flying because it doesn't look like a bird, even though it can fly. Shuckle isn't part mineral. But Shuckle is, like, so weird anyway. But people just, like, forget what Shuckle is, you know? And we'll get back to this. Let's keep going. Gliscor's here. Scorpion. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I've seen a barnacle. Shuckle is a snake. Leavanny is also not human-like. Even though Graplocked is. It's very weird. You have an idea for Quaquaval Kilowattrel hybrid? Kilaquaval. Shelmet and Alcilor are in the bug type egg group. Even though they're slugs, slugs are bugs, don't at me. Everything in here more or less makes sense. All of these look like bugs, yeah. We'll get to a pretty big bombshell as well. So, like, there's no point in putting any of these guys also in Water 3 because they're all... Bug is also invertebrate, Water 3 is invertebrate, Amorphous is, like, sloppy invertebrate, let's say. But yeah, all of this makes sense, pretty much. And then Paris is half bug, half grass. Makes sense. Surskit we've already talked about. So Volbeat and Illumise are human-like. When Scyther... Is it because Scyther doesn't have hands? Yeah. What is human-like? What does it mean? Mushrooms aren't plants? Yeah, well... They haven't added a fungal type, so it's gonna stay that way. They have two... Just make it poison. There is no poison egg group. Or you mean like the actual typing? Okay. But then Gen 1 would have had 1 million bug poison types. And also then every other mushroom Pokemon would be poison type, and it's just weird. Yeah, so like when we get to human, like, we are going to go down a rabbit hole of what that even means, you know? Human teams, Volby has a greaser jacket, and I think Illumise. So like, I guess with the hair and stuff. But Cleavor also has like a beard and eyebrows and big arm axes. You know, Cleavor is based off a character from some fighting game. I can't remember what it is specifically. So, Lokix is based off Kamen Rider, you know, but it evolves from Nimble, which isn't human-like. So I guess you got me there. It's just very, very weird. Human-like is very weird. Human-like is very, very weird. Okay, I'll do flying. Because flying only had one thing to say. And then I'll go pee. So flying. Most Pokemon in this egg group are flying type. Who knew? Pokemon in the flying egg group are generally based on birds, although a handful are based on other flying creatures such as bats and pterosaurs. So sometimes bats are in here, sometimes they aren't. So why not Gligar? Is it because Gligar doesn't have wings as such? And it glides? Because I think that might be what it is. I'm not too hung up about Gligar not being in here. So prior to Generation 8, Noibat and Noivern were exclusive to flying egg groups, and Holucho is not part of this egg group. So if me and Neck had done our crossbreed collab earlier, he wouldn't have been able to do anything with Noivern, because it was only in one egg group. Very interesting. So, Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot, these are all birds. Spirofiro are birds. Zubat and Golbat are bats. They have big wings, though. Dodo and Dodrio don't have wings, but they are clearly birds, so they belong here. Aerodactyl is not a bird, but it do be having wings. That's fine. Hoodoo, Noctowl, birds. Crobat, bat with wings. 4 wings, in fact. These two, birds. This guy, bird. You, bird. These two, birds. These 3, birds. This guy, bird. You're a bird. These 3, birds. 4th one, bird. Sigilyph just has wings. Does Sigilyph deserve to be just flying? Is Sigilyph not a bit weird? Would Sigilyph not be like mineral or something? One of these things is not like the other, you know? We've seen a lot of scrap designs return as new Pokemon. What scrap designs have come back as new Pokemon? Flying more. Yeah, I definitely think Sigilyph needs to be something else. Yeah. It's based on the Nazca lions, which are really cool to look at in Google Earth. I can't remember what country they're in specifically. They're in South America. They're just giant images drawn on the ground. These guys are birds. You two are birds. You 3 are birds. Bird, 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 bird. Bird, 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 bird. So this guy's... Let me go through this. Okay, pretty much everything here is a flying type. Except these two. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Okay. A starter bird. Remember that. Bird, bird, bird. Bird, 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 bird. Bird, 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 bird. Flittle and Espathra, I feel, shouldn't be just flying either. Yeah? Is Espathra even a bird? It's like an alien or something. The scrap Farfetch'd Evo. I wouldn't say Sirfetch'd is the same as Madame. They're very different conceptually. The only thing they have in common is that they are a Farfetch'd evolution. I don't know about Beta Politoed and Bellybolt being completely the same. Spatters and yeah, but like, what the fuck is Flittle then? Flittle is an alien. You know, I'll accept it. It's fine. Bird. Okay, so we've had a few guys in here that are not psychic type, or not psychic type, not flying type. So we'll keep going. These guys are birds. Togetic is not a bird, but it does have wings. Togepi isn't in here because Togepi is a baby, and baby Pokemon can't breed. Wingull Pelipper, birds. These guys birds. Togekiss, wings. Bird, wings, bat, field, mammal. Yeah, let's take a look at all these. Fairy, yep. These two guys are Swablu's not a dragon, but Altaria is, so we'll take that. Water one, amphibious, dives underwater. Fairy, got it. Field, lives on land. Farfetch'd, being flying and field, and Woobat being flying and field are the only two Pokemon that do that, which is why I bred them to become Beezar and Bananas. Archon is flying and water 3. Why the fuck is it water 3? Why is Archon and Archeops water 3? It's literally, I don't get it. Is it like a weird reference to like old animals? I was about to say, is it a reference to what are they called? Synapsids? But I'm pretty sure they still had spines. They were just cold-blooded mammals. Or they were mammals that laid eggs. There's some... Maybe. I'll write that down. Because it shares that Water 3 similarity with Caracosta. So we'll have to check his Water 3 every single fossil Pokemon. We'll come back to it. Ducklet flies, yeah. Hawlucha. Okay, so Hawlucha has 2 legs, it has 2 arms. It wrestles. So when we get to human-like, we'll definitely analyze what the fuck is going on with Grapploct. Noibat flies, it is a dragon. Blah, blah, blah. Flies, dives in water. Flies, lives on land. Is a bird. Lives by the water. Is not flying type at all. Remember this. I have to give my a good look at the omelet at the end of this. Thank you very much. And flies in by water. So we've had a lot of birds. 2 of them were starters. And both of those starter birds are not flying type by the end of their evolutions. Where's Blaziken? Blaziken is a bird. It's not in this egg group. Very weird. So I'm going to go pee. Then we're going to go look at fields. So, give me some fun trivia in the comments. How do I do BRB again? Baba Booey. Hello, Internet. It's me. Hello, Silver Snivy. I don't know if you were here earlier, but I'm back. We're going through the egg groups. It's time to be alive. Baba Boy. Hello, Tony. I know you weren't here. Or if you were, you're being very quiet. So, field. Now. We got to... Oh, I wasn't looking at the Japanese things. So monster is monster. Water 1 is underwater 1 group. So I'm guessing this is also underwater. Yeah, okay, so... Bug is bug. Flying is flying. Field is land. So, Pokemon in the field egg group tend to be terrestrial creatures. Most are based on mammals, though there are several exceptions, such as Ekans, Kecleon, and Sandile, which are reptiles, and Delibird, Torchic, and Piplup, which are birds. With the inclusion of Smeargle, a Pokemon capable of learning almost every move in the game, this group has the most versatility in terms of blah 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 blah. Okay, are we on field? We are now on field. I think Torchic is absent from flying because while it is a bird, chickens choose not to fly. Torchic also evolves to lose a lot of its bird. Quaquaval is in flying. Quaquaval is more man-like than Blaziken, I feel. So, Rattata, everything here more or less makes sense. Blah, 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 blah. Just mammals, mammals, animals, mammals, animals, mammals, animals. Primeape is a guy on 2 legs that fights people. Why is Primeape not human-like if Graplocked is? Very weird. Mammals, 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 mammals. I have a note here that I don't, like, I feel like Eevee should be... I think it'd be funny if Eevee was in field and amorphous, just because its DNA is all over the place. Hey, your Eevee had an egg with a ghost. Is Vaporeon a mammal? Yes. It's like a cetacean, if anything. Which are still mammals. Mammal, monkey. Ambipom, yeah, Ambipom isn't, Ambipom and Apom aren't human-like, even though they are very, very human-like. If any Pokemon should change egg groups and evolves, it should be Eevee. But no, because they're all just still dog-cat things. I can't really think of anything else they'd be. I guess Vaporeon could be Water 1. But other than that, it's fairly by the by. Girafarig is a mammal. Dunsparce. I feel like Dunsparce just has to be field because nothing else would work. So it's a bee snake. And there are other snakes in here. And it's not like dragony enough to be dragon or monster or kaiju enough to be it's not dragony enough to be dragon or kaiju enough to be monster. Sneasel and Sneasler, mammal, 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 mammal. Why is Torchic field only? I don't think Blaziken is any less bird. Or if anything, Blaziken is more man than... Like, Blaziken should either be flying or human-like. Which you could then put down to Torchic is just a bird. But there are some human-like ones which evolve from things that are not human-like. From memory. Mammal, 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 mammal. Why is Slacking not human-like? It's a monkey. I know it's a sloth, but like slacking is a gorilla. He's a big ape. Mammal, 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 mammal. Mammal, mammal. Kecleon. Does Kecleon have two wings on its back? I need to look at its back spreads. Wow. Yeah, Kecleon has two little wing kind of nubs on its back. Why is Kecleon not monster or dragon? It's very... Like, it has the... It could be a field dragon, yeah? Means Blaziken and Dunsparce can breed. That means Blaziken and... any of these can breed. It doesn't have wings, but it does have two, it has two things on its back where wings could be, yeah? Mammal, 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 mammal. Makes sense that Hippopotas isn't water one, because it doesn't do anything with water. Mammal, 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 mammal. Why are Oshawott, Duat, and Samurott only field? When all of the seal Pokemon are water one. Did I miss anything else from up here? No, I think everything else is more or less covered. Hippopotas lives in swamps, or it lives in like mud. That's more subterranean than water. We are indeed in field. Mammal, 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 mammal. I feel like the three monkeys are just like the same thing for consistency. Weavile isn't human-like? Nope. Neither are these monkeys. The things with literal 2 legs and arms and a face and a human proportioned body aren't human-like, but Oshawott isn't water one, yep, that's true. Reptiles, but like they're land reptiles, so obviously they'd be field. Weird that Crocodile isn't monster or something. You think it would be? Field, field, field. One is coming up that's gonna blow your mind. Zero and Zoroark are field. Zoroark could be human-like, but Zero isn't, so I'll give them that. Cinccino, Minccino. Yeah, fine. Mammal, 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 mammal. Delphox. It's pretty fucking human-like. Yeah, Totodile was monster, exactly, that makes sense. I actually don't know what Skeledirge is, but I'm sure we will find out. Delphox and Chestnut should be... I don't know about Chestnut, but Delphox is like uncanny. We'll have to see. Because I feel like Quilladin and Chespin aren't that human-like, whereas Braixen and Delphox are. It's like a 3-1 or 2-1 split kind of thing. Mammal, 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 mammal. Same with Incineroar. Like, Incineroar is human-like, but the past two aren't. So it's kind of balanced out. Then this is just a guy on 2 legs. So it's... Gumshoos also walks on 4 legs. Mammal, 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 mammal. Get ready for this. Get ready. It's coming. These are monkeys. They're not human-like. Okay, we get it. Monkeys are not human-like. It's set in stone. Get ready. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, mammal, mammal. Obstagoon isn't human-like because Zigzagoon and Linoon aren't. I'll take that. Get ready, kids. Sneasler is a fucking man. Sneasler is a man. Sneasler is a man. Say it with me. Sneasler is a man. 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 Sneasler is a human being-ass proportioned man. Sneasler is a man. Sneasler is human-like. Sneasler is a man. Sneasler is a man. Sneasler is a man. Sneasler is a man. And it's also fighting type. Sneasler is a man and Fuecoco is a horse. That's why it's in the same egg group as Mudsdale. There we go. That's all the evidence I need. God, seeing Skeledirge after the other two crocodiles, I'm just like, oh. But Sneasel isn't, so in theory it shouldn't be human-like. But Sneasel should be, because it's... It stands on two legs and has two arms and does fucking man behavior. Mammal, 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 blah, 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 blah. Cyclosaur. Yeah. Orthworm. Why is Orthworm field? Why? Startle and Cetitan makes sense. They are cetaceans, and they don't live in the water, so they're not water one. They move to land. They're land. Orthworm has arms, I guess. Yeah, but it's like, I guess it lives in the ground. But like, would it not be bug? You know? Annihilate, Farigiraf, and Dunsparce. Okay. So Ekans and Arbok are poison and dragon. It's kind of weird, but it's very cool. So I'll allow it. Yeah, I forgot Orthworm is steel type. Yeah, it could be mineral. Forgot I wasn't ground type. Pikachu is fairy, which is kind of weird. But it's small and cute. I'll give it to it. I am choking on my own. Whoa. Mm. How did I almost bite my my old lip? All Pika clones are in the fairy egg group. I want to say you're wrong, but I think you're right. Because I don't know if a Molga is. Because obviously they were in the crossbreed video. All Pika clones are in the fairy group. No, they're not, because Palmo is right up here. And isn't. Emolga is monofield. Yes, and Mimikyu isn't a Pika clone. Hello, Joy! I'm losing my fucking mind. So Nidoran, weird situation again, loses egg groups, blah blah blah. These guys live on land, yeah, lives on land. Live on land. Live on land. Because they're mammals, are technically mammals, are all mammals. We're going to get down to one. It's going to make me lose my mind. Are all mammals. Are mammals I'm convinced the penguins are some sort of reptile. Like, they're crazy looking. Lives on land. Lives on land. Lives on land is also amazing. Lives on land. Lives on land. I guess small whale could be mineral, but like I don't really care about it. Well, acorn is also grass, so it's fine. And it has legs, like it's a terrestrial animal. Kind of thing. He's a dude. Whalemare and whale are their cetaceans. Spinda is fucking human-like. What are the rules? Not grass monster. So monster is saurian or kaiju. And Shiftry is just kind of a man. Why is Spinda human-like? What is this? I'm gonna lose my mind. And don't worry, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. Viper's a snake. Field dragon, just like Arbok. Pretty cool. Spheal are all guys. And then we have monkeys. We have monkeys, guys. The monkeys are now human-like. Even though, guys, monkeys, human-like monkeys, field human-like monkeys. Oh, look, what's this? Oh, look. These guys are kind of apes. They're just field. Kind of weird. Monkeys. Just field. Why? It's almost like... just... What? It's... I don't get it. Mawile is not especially minerally steel type. I don't know what egg group Lucario is in. You can probably guess from my rage. From my memory, Lucario is human-like. Goodbye, Gipster. Some consistency would be nice. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? The only thing consistent about egg groups is that they're inconsistent. Aren't penguins birds? Yes. But, like, whenever I see them, I'm like, that's a weird genetic reptile. Yeah. Oh, that is true, actually. Why are the penguins not flying water one? Instead of field water? Yeah, okay, hang on. This makes sense. Why are the penguins flying? Or water one and field and not water one and flying? Because they are amphibious birds. They just can't fly. Flying means bird, not that they can actually fly. The flying egg group doesn't mean that they can actually fly. It just means they are a bird or have wings. So I guess the caveat is that they have flippers under a penguin instead of wings. Penguinos have flipperinos. Dodrio is a bird. Dodrio can actually fly, yeah. There's that classic meme that it turns into a helicopter. What egg group am I even on? I'm in field. Okay. All these guys are mammals. Lucario is fucking human-like, because why wouldn't it be? Why is Lucario here and not some other guys, yeah? I'm losing my mind. I'm gonna cry. Here's another grass starter in the grass egg group. So far, Trico is the only one that isn't. Scraggy, yeah. Pangoro is human-like, but it's a bear. Oh, oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Oh my god. Here's a fun one. Rillaboom and Serperior could crossbreed. So they have 2 matching egg groups. Scorbunny is human. Is Lopunny? Lopunny is too. Okay, thank God. Because I was like, if Lopunny wasn't, what even are the rules? Okay, I'm gonna say the penguins are water 1. Or the penguins are field because they don't technically have wings. They have flippers. Are we still on field? We are, because it is the biggest one. Elephants. Mineral. Very niche. We'll take it. Sprigatito. You could also crossbreed Meowscarada and Serperior and Rillaboom. Interesting. Field and Fairy. Mineral is super niche for Fido and Darkspawn. But I guess it makes sense because it's not a like... It's like an inanimate substance. Rillaboom isn't human-like. I don't know, dude. Like, what are the monkey rules? And then obviously Finneason and Palafin are field because they are dolphins. Which are cetaceans, and water 2 because they look like fish. A Clodsire is field and water 1 because it's aquatic, or it's amphibious, and it walks on land. Oh my god. Okay. Fairy. We're past field. Get me out of here. Okay. Most Pokemon in this egg group are commonly known as cute Pokemon. The members of this group tend not to be as physically large as the members of other egg groups, even when fully evolved. Many Pokemon in this group appear to be mostly a head with arms and legs in terms of body shape. A rather large amount of Pokemon from this group are also fairy type. It is also noteworthy that several families that belong in this egg group have received a pre-evolution either in a later generation or in the case of Togetic at the same time. There are also several families that are predominantly female. Very interesting. Hello, Pink Plush. Pink Plush Rush. So, fairy is like small and cute, pretty much. Petite and cute are kind of the criteria. Plusle and Minun are only fairy and not field. Even though the other Pika clones are field and fairy. All of this makes sense. Nothing's really... Because it's like, even with Hatenna to Hatterene, what are these if they're not fairy, you know? All of these are just like a thing. It's fairy field, fairy, fairy, fairy. Hop-up kind of niche, but you know, we'll take it. It's small and cute. Shroomish and Breloom. I'm thinking, is this because of like cottage core or something? Tinkaton isn't human. I wouldn't say Tinkaton is human. Like, it's way too like trolly. Because then Mawile doesn't really fit anything either. And it is also fairy type. Cast form was a weird one. Rosalia is also an interesting one to be in here. Snornt and Glalie are also cool to be in here. But I guess, like, what are they? If not fairies. Fairy mineral. What are Morlul? Morlul are grass fairy, I think. Roselia isn't cute, but Budu is. But Budu can't breed because it's a baby. And then Roserade is kind of cool. There's that vibe to it. Manaphy has the egg group who can only breed with Ditto to produce Fion. Wait, can Manaphy breed with anything? No, it's genderless. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. All of these are pretty cute. Impidimta Grimmsnarl is the same situation as Hatena, where like nothing else really fits. Nothing here stands out as being exceptionally odd. Except for Shroomish, which wasn't even that odd. So now we are going to go very high up. We will Phalanx is mineral. Why? Because what is Phalanx? It's just like armor, isn't it? And armor isn't organic, so it's part of its. Well, I don't see what else it would be. Okay, we're gonna go into grass. Goodbye, Tony. It's nice having you. Most grass-type Pokemon fall into this egg group, making its characteristics similar to that of the grass type itself. As expected, most members are based off various types of plants or fungi. Every member of this egg group, except Comfey, is a grass type. So, why is Comfey in here? Would be my immediate question. Because as far as I know, Comfey has nothing to do with the actual grass. Or like the flowers it collects. It just collects them, they're not part of its body. It's just a fairy type. Comfey is a Pokemon I forget exists 100% of the time. Okay. This one's going to be very easy simply because if Comfey is the only one that isn't a grass type, all of these should just be grass type. Lilligant is not human-like, which I guess is because it wasn't until it got legs. Oh, Morlul is just grass. Interesting. Ugh. Comfey is pure grass. Despite not even being a plant. Very weird. Morlul isn't fairy, but it's like, it's just things like that where it's like, you can get pedantic. It's like, well, why isn't Gossifleur fairy? It's cute. Why isn't Smolov fairy? Yeah. Bramblin is kind of a weird one. Scovillain. Okay, so this is where things are going to get interesting from the other sides. Oh yeah, let's check the grass starters. So we have 1, 2. Not Gen 3. Gen 4. Gen 5. Not Gen 6 either. Okay. Or Gen 7. Okay, interesting. Sort of Decidueye and Chestnut doing? I know we saw them earlier. Yeah, nothing here seems particularly out of place. I guess you could be like, why is Applin grass and not bug? And it's like, because it's a grass dragon type, you know. Yeah, nothing in here seems particularly out of place. Applin's egg group is literally its type. Yeah, there's a few of them. If it's like a grass bug, any water combo, dragon, flying. A few of them do match. Okay, we're going into human-like. We're gonna do this now. You know what? I'm gonna do human-like last. I feel like we're building up to human-like. Dragon. The members of this egg group vary widely in type. Most of the Pokemon in this group directly are dragons or creatures considered to be dragons in various cultures. In particular, serpents, lizards, and dinosaurs are included. Most Pokemon that belong to the dragon egg group also belong to another egg group. So again, why is Kecleon not in here? It's very Kecleon has a lot of dragony features. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Like, all these guys are kind of dragons. I like, Goomy, I think, should be amorphous, sort of. Because it's like, Shellos. Jangmo, yeah, they're dragons. Not human-like, because it stands forwards, I guess. Monster, yep, pretty saurian. Field, water 1, we've already said that's wrong. Water 2, those are fish, makes sense. Gyarados is like a dragon. These guys are dragons. Aquatic, we've already said Kingdra's wrong. This is okay. This is okay. This is getting easier now as we go through, because we're just repeating the same shit again. You're okay, you're okay. We've talked about you already. You're all okay. Scraggy and Scrafty being dragon. Interesting. But I accept. These guys are all dragons. You're a dragon. You are literally dragon type. Heliolisk and Helioptile. Also interesting, but I'll accept it. They're cool lizards, so they're dragon type. I mean, Feebas. Wasn't Feebas a dragon? Yeah, like... It's just kind of like serpents and lizards and stuff. Salandit and Salazzle are also here. Turtonator, Drampa, the apples, these snakes, Drollydan. These guys, those guys. Yep. There's really nothing in Dragon that made me lose my mind except that, except that Goomy was amorphous. Salazzle can breed with a lot. Let's take a look at Ditto. Oh, well, fuck. Let's take a look at Water 2. Yeah, because if we go this way, then we get Water 2 before Water 3, and it's not confusing at all. Pokemon in Water 2 egg group are mostly fish-like, with a few members being based on cephalopods. Why? Okay. I know why Octillery is here, but why the rest of them? And if they are cephalopods, why are they not in Water 3? So what's the point of Water 3? What are we doing with cephalopods? Am I right in thinking an octopus is a cephalopod? Yeah, I am. I am not a fool. Don't question me. Hello, Score. Goldeen and Seeking are fish. Chinchou and Lantern are fish. Quillfish is a fish. Carvanha and Sharpedo are fish. Barboach and Wishcash are fish. Love Disc is here only. Love Disc is here. Where is Alomomola? Or why is Alomomola different, I should say. What makes Alomomola amphibious? That doesn't apply to Love Disc, because they're basically the same thing. Finian, Luminion are fish. Basculin, fish. Wishiwashi, fish. Bruxish, fish. These two fish. These two fish. This one fish. These guys. Fish. Tatsugiri. Only Water 2? I feel like Tatsugiri could be fairy or something else. I think it's too weird to not be something else. Because it has been a thing that between generations they've changed the egg groups. So, like, if there's anything that was going to be changed, I'd say Tatsugiri would be one of them. Tatsugiri looks like little sushi or shrimp. That's the point. This is an egg group. So fish and dragon makes sense. So Octillery's here, and I've already explained why Octillery's here. Water 1 is amphibious. Octopi are like that. Maybe it should be Water 3. This is invert. Oh my god. Okay, I need to go back. I need to update my notes. Okay. So because Remoraid is a fish, it's in water 2. And because Octillery is a completely different animal, that's why it has water 1. But it should be water 3 because it's an invertebrate. But Octillery as a Pokemon is capable of going on land. Because you fight it in Legends Arceus on the beach. So again, it's like due to the actual nature of the Pokemon itself. So I think water 1 does fit. Why is Wailmer and Wailord water 2? Because they are fish-shaped. Water 2 doesn't mean literally a fish. It means like fish-like. So they have fish features. Convergent evolution. Relicanth should be here. I don't know why it's in water 1. Alamamula should be in here. I don't know why it's in water 1. Inkay and Malamar shouldn't be fucking anywhere near this. Oh, why? Yeah, like squid are not. Is it? I don't know. I have no idea. Aquatic mammals don't do water. No, that water 1 is amphibious. Whales are not amphibious because they can't walk on land. And then Phoenizin is fish-like and field because they breathe air because they are cetacean. Okay, so a lot of weird shit in there too. What's next? See, we're just kind of recycling through Pokemon. Amorphous is going to be interesting. What are my notes for Amorphous? No definite form. Let's see how many of them actually comply by these rules. Okay. Most Pokemon in this egg group are enigmatic in appearance, and the name reflects this. Its many members are based on a variety of things, such as gases, blobs, inanimate objects, and soft-bodied organisms. Most are capable of floating off the ground. Many of its members are Ghost-type Pokemon. Prior to Generation 8, Ralts was exclusive to Amorphous, but is now also human-like. Thank you, Game Freak, you fucking degenerates. Grimer, these guys are all goo. Makes sense. These guys are gas. Makes sense. These guys are also gas. Gas. Ghost. Ting. Yeah, so Wobbuffet is like... he bends a lot. Why is Gardevoir Amorphous? Because it's all squishy and weird. Slugma. Magargo. Makes sense. Gulpin and Swallow. Makes sense. Ghosts. Ghosts. Ting. Amorphous is really just a thing. Balance. Ghost, 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 ghost. Squishy cell thingy. Jellyfish. So why are some jellyfish here and some aren't? Because I think, like, Tentacool is water 3 only. So I guess Frillish is here because it's also a ghost. Yeah, I feel like it should be water 3 as well. Tynamo, these guys can go in water. In fact, it's only in Scarlet and Violet I ever remember seeing them in water. They're usually cave Pokemon. So... I'd say, like, maybe water 1. Or water 3. Eels have spines, don't they? They do, they're fish. What am I talking about? Or lampreys. Lamprey is also a fish. Okay, cool. So water 1. Because he can fly. What? Yeah, Litwick. Pumpkaboo not being in grass. Interesting. Sandygast and Palisand not mineral. Mimikyu just being amorphous, I think, suits, because, like, what the hell even is it? Maybe you could go with Fairy for it, but it's, like... Underneath the sheet, it's... Like, the exterior we see of Mimikyu isn't Mimikyu. So while that is, quote-unquote, cute, it's not actually what Mimikyu is. So Ralts is amorphous and human-like. Why is Gardevoir amorphous? Is it squishy? Castform is kind of a weird guy. Shadows and Gastrodon we touched on, where Water 3 or Amorphous works. But I think Water 3 is more for, like, shell things, I guess. Gallade is also amorphous. Ghost, Stunfisk is just a bag. Ghost, literally made out of liquid. Ghost. And mineral. Oh, that's kind of an interesting pair right there. He's literally cream and milk. Is a spongy urchin motherfucker. He's literally incorporeal. That's kind of a cool one. I wonder if anything else is Amorphous Dragon. No Generation 9 Pokemon are in this egg group. Very interesting. Okay. Mineral. We're nearly there. Crazy. Okay. Goldengo could be amorphous. I don't think Goldengo can breed. Okay. This egg group is primarily composed of Pokemon sharing a distinct characteristic. They're of an inorganic nature, many taking on a rocky, crystalline, or metallic appearance. In some cases, they either resemble man-made objects, possess man-made objects, or are man-made, by accident or on purpose. A little under half of this group are gender unknown, including Magnemite, Voltorb, Baltoy, but they're all capable of breeding with Ditto. Prior to Generation 8, Bergmite and Avalugg were not part of this egg group, and I believe that's because in Generation 8, they got a regional variant that was Parrot Rock, and then they were like, wait a minute, they need to match, and why wouldn't a rock type be in mineral? So they changed it. If Haunter can, then Goldengo can. Haunter's just like a regular ghost type. Goldengo is like a trek and a half to get. So Geodude. Makes sense. Okay, rocks. Metal. Rocks. Ping. Goldengo has more mass than... I don't know what that has to do with anything. I don't think Goldengo can breed. Or else it's shiny locked. Yeah, Goldengo can't breed. Rock. Balls. And it wouldn't make sense for Voltorb to be grass. Mineral. Interesting. But it is more or less inorganic. Shedinja is kind of a cool one to have here. Trubbish is pretty niche to have in here. I would have thought Trubbish was amorphous. It's very interesting. Ice is a mineral. We've talked about this. See all the ice types. Clay. Steel. Steel, rock. Dhelmise is interesting. Dhelmise should at least be 2. Because Dhelmise has a lot going on. Roly-Coly, Carkol, and Colossal. I feel like Colossal could be monster. Maybe. I don't like Colossal, but like, it does have a kaiju look to it. Stanjourner, Knackly, Knacklestack, and Gerger Nakal. Mineral. Makes sense. Varoom and Revavroom. Wouldn't really fit in anything else, I don't think. Glimmet and Glimmera are rocks. Rock-shaped flowers, so that makes sense. Okay, we've been through you. Oh yeah, so Dwebble and Crustle are mineral bugs, but Shuckle is just a bug. So what's up with that? Mineral because the casket and the thing they hold. Mineral because they're made of steel. Mineral because rock. Mineral because ice. Mineral because rock and ice. Mineral because tea. And I guess the teapot. Mineral because armor. Mineral because steel. Mineral because steel. Mineral because dough. Mineral because ice. Okay. Mineral is pretty good. Nearly there. Is the next one water 3? I'll lose my mind. Yes, it is. Okay. The Water 3 egg group is mostly characterized by its members' resemblance to aquatic invertebrates. Most are water types. This group also includes several fossil Pokemon, totaling a little more than half of those which are capable of breeding. Because the Gen 8 fossils are not capable of breeding, understandably, because they are abominations of science. Even though I love them. All of the fossil Pokemon better be in here, or else there is no reason for Caracosta and Archon to be in here. Whoa! Invertebrate, yes. Why the fuck is Shelter here? And not, Clamperl. What the dickens? Krabby and Kingler are here. I know Corphish and Crawdont are also in this group. So I don't really care that like they're only in one. You are definitely invertebrates. You are definitely invertebrates. You are invertebrates. You are invertebrates. And I love you so much. Hello, Crabrawler, one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Hello, Crabominable, one of my least favorite Pokemon of all time. Hello, Cloth, you exist. Wiglet and Wugtrio. Eels are vertebrates. Why the fuck? Why are you in here? Do you not know what a vertebrate is? They are eels. They have spines. I'm going to lose my mind. They should be water 2. Or water 1. Why? Water 2 because they're a fish, and water 1 because they can live on land. God damn it. Okay. Invertebrate. Yes. 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 Because what the fuck else are you? Yes. 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 Very weird. Niche. Why the okay, hang on. So Skorupi is both water 3 and bug, where Surskit was water 1 and bug, and I said that like bug was just like the invertebrate thing, but now Skorupi is like, hey, I'm the invertebrate egg group and the invertebrate egg group. I'm extra invertebrate. Crazy. Tortuga should not be here. Okay, where's Aerodactyl? Where's Aerodactyl? Where's Aerodactyl? Okay, Aerodactyl isn't here. Why is Arkan? I don't understand. I don't understand. Why is he that here? Yeah, but flying what? So Arkan is water 3 and flying. Why is there? I just don't get this. Invertebrate. Okay. Everything in here is great except Wiglet and the fossils that don't belong here. And with that, I've been streaming for only 2 hours. What the hell? We're going into human-like. And then I'm going to go away and turn this into 60 seconds of nonsense. Where is human-like? Okay. So all I have for human-like is bipedal. Or bipedal, however you want to pronounce it. Can I make that bold, please? Okay. Baba Booey. Okay. Not covering no eggs discovered. Sorry. I'll have a look at no eggs discovered. I'm not going to look at gender unknown because it's kind of pointless. Okay. Abra. Okay, sorry. Pokemon in this egg group, as the name implies, have similar characteristics to humans. They're fully bipedal, standing and walking on 2 legs. They also possess arms, which they could manipulate objects or deliver blows. The majority of members in this egg group are either psychic or fighting type. Several families that belong to this egg group have received pre-evolution forms of baby Pokemon. Several families that are predominantly male, so it's the opposite of fairy type. Most Pokemon within this egg group are exclusive to it. Okay. They are fully bipedal, standing and walking on 2 legs. Remember that one, kids. Remember that one. Holy Jesus. Okay. Abra and Kadabra have tails. Alakazam doesn't, so I guess that's that. Machop has a tail. These 2 don't. He has 4 arms. Drowsy and Hypno is kind of weird. As only human-like? What? These guys are humans. You are a man. You are a woman. Electabuzz and Magmar. I guess because they're... What is it? It's an Oni and the other one. Jinx doesn't have legs. Hang on, I know this. But nothing else would fit, I don't think. Unless Jinx was like amorphous. Jinx doesn't have feet because Jinx doesn't have a footprint. I was there looking up footprints. Unless I got it wrong. Hang on. Also, footprints were back in BDSP. In a lot of detail. It's kind of crazy. Okay, let's see. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Yep, Jinx does not have a footprint. Jinx does not have feet. That's a remake that doesn't get... Jinx has never had a footprint. Doesn't have feet. It's a weird fucking slug woman. But Smoochum does. So maybe that's why. And Smoochum was added in Argento. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Hitmontop has a tail, 2 legs. You are a man. Sableye as just human-like? We're getting down to it. This is the one that really tipped me off when I was making my first Metatime, Metacham don't really belong in anything else. Krogunk and Toxicroak. I was like, what the hell? Because you think frogs, you think like amphibious, you know? But I'm like, they're just human-like? Very spookery. Sableye could be mineral, yeah. Scroopy is water, but frog doesn't. Jinx doesn't have feet. I don't want to see Jinx feet pics. Oh boy. Yeah, that's also a version of Jinx that we don't talk about, so... Krogunk's just human-like. Elective... Yeah, it's... Oni and the other thing. I can't remember. Timber to Conkeldurr, all men. Throwing soccer men. Gothita to Gothitelle are... So why Gothita... Why is Gothita not amorphous like Jinx? Or fucking Gardevoir? LGM and BEM? I guess because it's like a guy in a trench coat. Pawniard Bisharp. Toxtricity. Toxtricity as well. Like, what's with these... Fucking weird lizard people, like. Charcadet, Armarouge, Cerulege, and King Gambit. That makes sense. You are human, like these two are baffling. We've talked about these. Cacnea and Cacturn. I guess because Cacturn is a scarecrow? Cacnea being human, like, is just funny. Monkeys human-like, but only some of them. These guys are all human-like. Mienshao, I guess because it does martial arts. Pangoro because it wears a trench coat. Hawlucha because it wrestles. Scorbunny, Raboot, Cinderace, and then the fucking octopuses! Why are there octopi in this egg group? Why are they here? I don't understand. Maybe it only uses 2 tentacles to walk. It doesn't. I'm gonna even Google it right now. Ignore this music, I'm sorry. Okay. Where the fuck are you, Graplocked? So Clobbopus jumps. And Graplocked slithers across the floor like a creature. But how does he walk? Is there no walking animation? Does it? Yeah, he definitely doesn't walk like a human. Runs across the ground like an octopus. Yeah, he's on his... He's on, like, I would say all fours, but he's on all eights. Down on the ground. He crawls like an octopus. Then everything else makes sense. Why the fuck? Why the fuck? Why are you doing this to me? Why? Okay, let's take a look at let's take a look at no eggs. Eggs never discovered. Okay. The no eggs discover group is categorized by its members' inability to breed. Most of the Pokemon in the group are baby Pokemon, legendary Pokemon, mythical Pokemon, Ultra Beasts, or Paradox Pokemon. I know Gothitelle is legs. Baby Pokemon are designated for this group due to them being too immature to breed, makes sense, while legendary Pokemon, mythical Pokemon, and Ultra Beasts are included to prevent players from breeding and obtaining more of them in a given game, with the exception of Fionn. Aside from this, both Nidorina and Nidoqueen are in this group, while their respective male counterparts Nidorino and Nidoqueen, as well as their pre-evolution Nidoran and its male counterpart Nidoran, are not, as well as Unknown, Gimmighoul, Gholdengo, and the 4 chimeric fossil Pokemon of Galar. Cosplay Pikachu, Pikachu in a cap, and Ash Greninja are included here, even though others of their species are capable of breeding. In Pokemon X and Y, all Pokemon in this group are guaranteed to have perfect... I don't care about that. Okay. Pikachu cosplay makes sense. Pikachu cap makes sense because he can't breed a fashion accessory. Nidorina and Nidoqueen, absolutely no reason to not be able to breed. I don't know what that is. I'll pick Nidoqueen any day over Nidoking, but it's like, that doesn't make it legendary, you know? What egg group is this? This is no eggs, so they can't breed. Like, why are they here? I don't get it. Legendary, 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 legendary. Literally a scientific man-made horror beyond our comprehension. Mythical. Baby. Baby, baby, infant. Unknown. Beyond our comprehension. They probably come out of other dimensions or whatever. Baby. Infant. Child. Baby. Legendary. Legendary, 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 mythical. Baby, baby. Reggie made. Reggie made, Reggie made. Legendary, 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 mythical, 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 baby, 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 baby. I always forget Mantike exists as well. Legendary, 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 legendary form, legendary, legendary form, horse. Legendary, 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 mythical, 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 legendary, 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 legendary form, legendary, legendary form, legendary, 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 legendary form, legendary, legendary form, legendary form, mythical, mythical form, mythical. Why isn't a Lola or Melola? Why isn't Mellow at a pirouette form here? Because you can't have it out of battle, I believe. Mantike is a baby, yes. Unknown are written instead of bred. Mythical and also man-made. Greninja Battle Bond. Greninja Battle Bond. Makes sense. How do you know the difference between mythical and legendary? If they were released in the base game and didn't need an event to be accessed, they are legendary. And if they needed an event to be accessed, they are mythical. Legendary, 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 mythical, mythical, mythical form, mythical, legendary, legendary. Type Null is a kind of an interesting one. I believe Riolu is one of the only 2 baby Pokemon to be introduced alongside its evolution. Also Tyrogue, because technically Hitmontop also came out with it. What would Missigno be? Missigno is not a Pokemon, so it's nothing. Legendary, 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 legendary. So Lunala and Solgaleo can make another Cosmog. if you go to the lake of the whatever in Sun Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon, you can get a Cosmog if you bring your box legend with you, because it like will meet the other thing, and then they'll do a dance, and then you get a baby. Mythicals aren't available without events, which now makes it very weird because you can get Deoxys and Arceus. So it's like, are they still? And you can also get Darkrai and Shaman without events. So it's like, what even? I don't even know what the mythicals are anymore. Like, I know Zarude is a mythical. Is Calyrex? Sorry about that. Ultra Beast, 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 Ultra Beast. Technically not Ultra Beast. Mythical, Ultra Beast, Ultra Beast, Ultra Beast, Ultra Beast. Mythical. Weird that Meltan and Poipole can't. Toxel is a baby. The fossils are not actually biologically meant to exist. So they can't breed. Legendary. Fucking these guys. Mythical, legendary. Maybe, I guess these are all legendaries too. Legendary. Paradox. Okay, so here's a fun theory. Somebody asked. They understand why the future paradoxes can't breed. If we do the whole thing that they are from the past and the future, which everybody gives out to me for saying, if we pretend that they're from the past and the future ones can't breed because they are robots. The past ones can't breed because the process of traveling through time sterilized them, is the headcanon I go for. If we're saying that. Because obviously, they would have needed to be able to breed in order to be ancestors in the first place. Seriously. Gipster, you have there seems to be an issue where all your messages are sending twice. I'm going to reload on my side. See if that's a me problem. Nope, they are all sending twice. It's alright though. I don't really care. Gimmighoul and Goldengo. Why? Because there are so many of them. They're not a legendary or a mythical. The evolution method is the toughest evolution method in Pokemon. So it's like, what would be the problem of breeding? I think it's because they wanted shiny locked, I guess, for some reason. But its shiny isn't even that good. I saw a fake shiny and I thought it was the real one and it wasn't. So it's like, why? I don't understand why Gimmighoul can't breed. Wuxian, Shenpao, Tinglu, and Shiyu are all legendaries. Paradox. Pokemon Paradox legendaries. Paradox is based off legendaries. Are they fucking legendaries? Who knows? And that is it. That is all the egg groups. We made it. How long am I? I'm in like nearly 2.5 hours looking at all this shit. Anyway. Gimmighoul divide like cells. They're asexual. They're Tandemaus. Yeah, because you can breed Tandemaus and you get 2 Tandemaus out of the same egg. What's that about? I refuse to believe Urshifu can't breed. Why? We didn't see Ditto Egg group much. I'll go back again. There we go. There it is. That's it. Wow. Hilarious. There we go. Anyway. That's pretty self-explanatory. My legs are so sore because I went to the gym earlier. And now I'm going to go do anything else. So, thank you all for joining me. It's just shit like this where you have to go through stuff. I was working on a script yesterday and, like, I missed one thing, you know? So it's nice to always have, like, a backup looking at stuff while I'm doing it. So thank you very much, everyone. And I will see you all soon enough. There's a short every Saturday, but hopefully we'll be getting some long-form content. I'm currently working on 3 videos at the same time, so... yeah. Anyway. How do you turn this thing off? How do I do the screen? Oh, there's the screen, everybody. Look, wow, crazy.